So the store that Mark Radcliffe started was this one right here called First to Save. And as we can see from their eBay profile, they've sold over 1.7 million individual items from the first time that they started selling. Now, if we just take it all the way back and go to the start of his journey, so he actually started this eBay store First to Save in 1999, and it was actually started in his parents' shed. And during this time, he was working in Tesco's as a trainee manager, earning around £7 every single hour, which is around $9 per hour. It all began with him selling mobile phone accessories, and he progressed to now selling protein supplements and all those type of things. He was then able to build up the business to the point where he was getting around 36,000 orders every single month, which led him to become the first eBay millionaire in the UK. He ended up buying a house that was worth over £700,000. He ended up owning a Ferrari and an Aston Martin. And there's a few things that we can all learn from his journey. So I'm just going to go through around 4 different things that I've learned while studying him over the past 10 years. So let's get right into it. Alright, so one of the first things that I want to point out is that he started off in his parents' shed. And the reason why this is important to know is because you need to start off with what you have. And this is what I had to do on my own journey. I started off selling products on eBay, and I started off in my bedroom. And then from there, I now progressed to getting my first office space. So this is what you guys need to know if you're planning on building any business. You need to start off with the resources that you have around you. He could have easily said back then, I don't have an office space. There's people that have big offices, so there's no point me even trying to start an eBay business. But no, he started off by selling things from his shed that his parents owned. So if you're currently living in a circumstance where you feel like you don't have enough space, or you're coming up with some sort of excuse as to why you can't do it, even if you just have a small area in your bedroom, that's how I got started. And since then, I've been able to grow my business to over £1.3 million in sales. When it comes to running a business, one thing that I've learned on my journey is that you need to be resourceful, because even if you do end up with the space that you think you need or the money that you think you need, you're still going to have to use it in a wise way. And there's no point always looking up to something that you don't have. Try and use the things that are around you, and that's exactly what this guy did. And that's what I learned from him many years ago. To be honest, back then I was coming up with excuses as well as to why I couldn't start. I felt like I didn't have enough space, but once I read this story around 10 years ago, it now pushed me to get things going, use the space that I had in my bedroom, and from there I've been able to build it up. One of the next things that I want to point out to you guys is that he started off working in Tesco's, only earning £7 per hour. And again, the reason why this is useful to know is because a lot of you guys right now are probably doing a job that you don't think is important, or you're probably earning less than what you want to make. But it's all about using what you have, again, to be very resourceful, not just with the space that you have in your house, but also be resourceful when it comes to the money that you're earning. Before I went full time with my eBay store, I wasn't necessarily working in Tesco's or doing a job where I was getting paid £7 an hour. I was working as an accountant in London City, so I was earning a little bit more, but I still wasn't earning a lot of money. But I still ended up using the money that I had to invest in products, and then from there I was able to build it up from the cash flow and the profits that I was making from my eBay business. So one thing that you guys can learn from Mark's story is that even if you're working in Tesco's right now, even if you're working in McDonald's, you still need to try and use the salary that you're getting in a wise way. And that's why it's very important to make sure that you're looking at your personal expenses, making sure that you're saving money as well, making sure that you're putting money to the side, making sure that you're budgeting money as well that you're now going to put into your business. But the only way that you're going to be able to start any eBay store that you're thinking about starting is with products, and for that you're going to need some sort of investment. Now, of course, you can go down the route of doing drop shipping, and with that you're not going to need investment, but I'm talking to the people that want to buy products, import it maybe from China, find a supplier in their country. You're going to need to budget the money that you're getting from your job. And even though Mark was only earning £7 every single hour, he was still able to build up his salary to the point where he ended up being the first eBay millionaire in the UK. Another interesting thing about this guy's story is that his business blew up during the credit crunch, which was around 2008 if I'm correct. And I remember this time vividly because I believe I was in school, maybe secondary school or high school around this time, but I remember my mum not being able to buy the same things that she was buying before 2008. And I'm not necessarily saying that we were struggling around this time, but a lot of people around us was losing their jobs and losing their houses, and this was around the time where the housing crisis was a big issue in America. And I'm sure that if you've watched The Big Short, you probably know what I'm talking about. And that was the same time that Mark Radcliffe's eBay store blew up, because he was able to see that a lot of people were losing their jobs, but they still needed to buy things, and he was able to fill that gap in the market. And the reason why I'm bringing this up is because right now we're about to enter a recession, and a lot of people that are looking to start their eBay businesses are using this as an excuse to not start, when realistically majority of the wealth that is created is during recessions, just like the one we're about to enter right now. Reason being is because there's going to be a lot of opportunity, there's going to be a lot of businesses closing down because they may have not managed their cash flow right. which means that it's a great opportunity for a beginner out there to enter the market and fill that gap. And that's exactly what Mark Radcliffe done. He was able to build up his business during the 2008 financial crisis, and from there he was able to now become the first eBay millionaire here in the UK. So overall, the point that I'm trying to make is that you can't let a financial crisis stop you from pursuing your business. If anything, it's probably the best time to start. It's all about finding the best products to sell, making sure that you get them at a really good price, and most importantly, find items that people are actually going to need, whether there's a recession or not. The mistake that a lot of new beginners make when they first start their e-commerce business is that they don't really think about the items that they're selling. You need to make sure that you're building your store on a foundation of products that people are going to need, whether there's a recession or whether there's good times, bad times, whatever the case is, people are going to need the products that you're selling. One other thing that Mark Radcliffe did to become the first eBay millionaire is that he had multiple different products that he was selling. At the time where he did become the first eBay millionaire, he had around 6,000 individual items listed on his store. And this is something that I always talk about on this channel, which is that for you to get to a point where you're bringing in a lot of revenue into your business on a daily basis, you need to offer multiple different products. I've rarely ever come across a store that only has 10, 20, 30 items, but they're bringing in a decent amount of money every single week. So when it comes to scaling up your business, I'm not saying that you should start off with around 1,000 products, because that doesn't make any sense. You need to start off with 10 products and then continuously keep adding more and more every single week, every single month. And that's why it's very important to manage your cash flow. And that's why it's very important to make sure that you're selling winning products that are selling well, so that you're not keeping stock on the shelves. There's a lot of different moving parts that you're going to need to think about when it comes to building up an eBay store. But one of the most important things is that you need to have multiple different items available for multiple different customers. And one of the final lessons that I learned from this guy, which really helped me on my own journey, and I was so grateful to find this information out, which is that he actually sold his eBay store. So he doesn't run the First to Save eBay account anymore. Someone else is running it right now because he sold it to them. And the reason why this is important to know is because I didn't realize that you could actually sell your eBay account. So when I was selling on eBay, I was only doing it for the cash flow and the profit and the salary that I was making from it on a monthly basis. But as soon as I realized that he actually sold his eBay business to someone and then he moved on to a completely different business, that made me put a little bit more effort into what I was doing, because I knew that I was building up an asset that I could eventually sell myself. And since selling his eBay account, he's now gone on to start a completely different business. As you can see, he's now running a Victorian plumbing business, and I believe he's become a billionaire now, according to this article right here. And not only was it good for me to know that he actually sold his eBay business, because obviously that made me put a little bit more effort into what I was doing, but it also made me realize that you need to accumulate skills that you can now use in a different business. Like, as I've already shown you, he became a billionaire from a completely different business that he started, but that came from the skills and all of the different things that he learned whilst he was building up his first eBay store. He was able to scale up his first eBay store to the point where he had over 20, 30 different employees. He rented a large warehouse. He had all of these different products. He had to do a lot of marketing and all of these different things. And all of these skills that he was accumulating over the years whilst building up his eBay business, he now used that in a completely different business outside of eBay. And the two lessons that we can all learn from this is that you need to treat your eBay store like an asset that you're eventually going to sell in the future. Not only that, you also need to make sure that you're getting all of these different skills that you can use in a completely different business that might even make you a lot more wealthier. A lot of the skills that I've learned when it came to building up my eBay store to over £1 million in revenue, I'm now using in various different businesses, whether it's my Shopify businesses, my Amazon businesses. I'm using all of these different skills in so many different online businesses that I'm starting on a regular basis. For example, digital marketing, knowing how to communicate with customers, knowing how to build up a store and go through different obstacles whilst building up a business. There's so many different skills that I've learned over the past 9 years of me putting my energy into building up an eBay store. And that's exactly what I want you guys to remember, is that of course you want to make money, of course you want to drive nice cars, of course you want to impress girls, whatever you want to do, but most importantly, make sure that you're accumulating skills that you can now use in various different businesses that you might start in the future. So if you're enjoying this video so far, don't forget to press the like button, don't forget to subscribe as well, hit the bell notification so that YouTube can let you know when a new video has been released. And if you want to watch another video that I made not too long ago where I broke down the story of how I was offered over £100,000 for me to sell one of my eBay stores, I'm going to leave that right there. Make sure you watch that video straight after this one, because I broke down a lot of useful tips that you guys need to know when it comes to exactly how to build up your eBay store in the right way for you to get offered a lot of money in the future if you ever do decide to sell it. Or if you rather enroll into Project eBay, which is my step-by-step guide where I walk you through a lot of useful things that you need to know if you're complete beginner that's looking to build a business on eBay. For example, how to find a winning product, how to brand your store, how to communicate with suppliers, how to remove any negative feedback, everything you need to know about eBay advertising. A lot of things that's going to help you on your own eBay journey. You can check that out by clicking the first link in the description down below or visiting www.projectebay.com. Alright guys, I'll see you on the next one. Make sure you stay safe out there. Peace.